All right, let's jump right in. In some of the toughest markets in the world, a totally new way of building tech is starting to take shape. It's scrappy, it's super resilient, and it's happening right now in Nigeria, built on the Solana blockchain. And this isn't about hype, it's about building for what actually works in reality. I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the whole idea. See, the point isn't just to solve a local problem. It's that if you can build something that survives and thrives in an environment this demanding, well, then it's basically battle-hardened. It's ready for anything, anywhere in the world. It's like the ultimate stress test for a new idea. So, what does this demanding environment actually look like? Well, for starters, you've got this immense economic pressure. Imagine an inflation rate of 30%. That means if you're holding the local currency, the naira, you're literally watching your savings just evaporate. This isn't some abstract economic concept. It's a day-to-day pressure that forces people to look for a better way. And people have found a better way. Get this. A staggering 26 million Nigerians are already holding stablecoins. But here's the most important part. This isn't about speculation or trying to get rich quick. For them, it's a tool for financial survival. And what that creates is this huge, ready-made audience that's already using crypto for what it's actually good for. Okay, so you have the economic pressure. Now layer this on top. The overwhelming majority of people, 71%, only use the internet on their phones. And often, that's with a pretty slow or unreliable connection. So whatever you build, it has to be super lightweight, work perfectly on a phone, and it can't fail when the network is shaky. This combo, the economic need and the technical limits, that's the forge where this new kind of innovation is being created. Okay, so that's the why, that's the environment. Now let's get into the how, because to win here, you can't just copy-paste what works in Silicon Valley. It won't work. You need a completely different playbook, one that puts real human behavior, not some tech ideology, right at the center of everything. And this whole secret sauce, it actually has a name: glocalization. It's pretty simple, really. It's about taking powerful global tech, like Solana, which is super fast and cheap, and blending it with a really deep, real understanding of how people live their lives locally. What do they need? What do they trust? How do they actually behave? And when you put the two approaches side by side, the difference is just night and day, right? Typical Web3 can get lost in its own world of decentralization, staking, and interfaces that only make sense if you're already an expert. The Nigerian way, it flips the script. It starts with simple questions a real person would ask. Does this fix a problem I have? Is it as easy to use as my messaging app? And can I get my money out, like, right now? The tech is there to serve the person, not the other way around. So theory is great, but what does this actually look like on the ground? Let's check out 4 amazing companies that are absolutely crushing it with this playbook. This is where the whole idea of crypto without the crypto comes to life, where the blockchain just disappears into the background. First up, Paj Cash. I mean, just look at how clear their pitch is. Get instant cash from your crypto. That's it. No jargon, no confusing steps. They've taken what is maybe the single biggest headache in crypto, getting your money back out, and made it feel as easy as texting a friend. The pain point they're solving is one every crypto user in Nigeria knows well. Turning your stablecoins back into naira is usually slow, it's expensive, and frankly, it's unreliable. Patchcash's solution uses Solana's speed to create an experience that feels like a modern fintech app. You, the user, just see a simple screen, but in the background, Solana is making it all happen in seconds. It's magic. And the proof that it's working? It's right here. This stat just blows my mind. A massive 68% of their users don't even think of themselves as crypto users. They're just regular people who needed a better way to handle their money. It's the ultimate proof that if you hide the complexity and just deliver value, you can reach everybody. Okay, next up, Versio Protocol. They looked at 2 things. One, that stuff like DeFi and yield farming is way too confusing for most people, and 2, that most company loyalty programs are just boring. Their idea was absolutely brilliant. What if we turn it all into a fun social game? So you have these two problems, right? DeFi is intimidating. Loyalty programs are a snooze. Verixio's solution is to throw out all the confusing jargon. Instead of talking about APY, they use game levels like bronze, silver, gold. Instead of you saving alone, it becomes a social quest with leaderboards tapping into that natural desire to compete with friends. And does it work? Oh, yeah, it works. We're talking a 15-fold increase in users. Your average DeFi app is lucky to get 1,000 diehard fans. Verserio is pulling in over 18,000 people a month. Why? Because they made it simple, they made it social, and they made it genuinely fun. Our third example is Nectarfi, and they go straight for the jugular of that inflation problem we talked about. Their mission is so direct and powerful. Just give everyone a simple, stable dollar savings account. This isn't about wild speculation, it's a shield. The pain here is deep. Your local currency savings are melting like an ice cube on the sidewalk, and getting a real US dollar account is basically a nightmare. Nectarfi's solution is a beautifully simple app. You put in stablecoins like USDC, and you immediately start earning a return. It's a dollar savings account, period. The fact that it's powered by DeFi is just an implementation detail. And here we go again with that invisible technology theme. You have to hear this. A full 60% of Nectarfi's users have no idea a blockchain is involved. And you know what? Why should they? They just know that it works, it's simple, and it protects their money. That's all that matters. And finally, we have Airbills Pay. And this one is so important because it answers the so what question of crypto. Okay, I have this digital money. How do I actually use it in my real life? Their answer is perfect. You pay your bills with it. I mean, paying bills can be a pain anywhere, right? It's often clunky or unreliable. Airbills Pay just turns your crypto wallet into a real-world utility tool. You can pay for your phone, data, your electricity, whatever, directly with stablecoins. And the whole thing is done in less than 10 seconds, even if your internet is slow.
And if you want to know if they're solving a real problem, just look at this number, an 89% user return rate. That is an insanely sticky product. That tells you that you're not just a fun novelty, you've become an essential part of someone's daily life.
So the really big takeaway here is that these are not just success stories about one country. The lessons being learned in Legos are a blueprint for how to build better technology for everyone everywhere. It's a powerful idea called reverse scaling. Innovate in the toughest markets first, and then take those battle-tested lessons to the rest of the world. And you can boil that whole playbook down to 3 simple steps. First, find a real burning hot pain point. Second, build the entire experience around how people already behave. Don't try to teach them something new. And finally, simplify. Be ruthless. Strip out every single thing that doesn't solve that core problem. It's a masterclass in building things people actually want.
And you can take this model and apply it anywhere. In the Middle East and North Africa, you could build a better way to send money home. In Latin America, you could create a digital version of their traditional savings clubs. Southeast Asia, streamline tiny everyday payments. The specific problems are different everywhere, but the human-centered approach is universal.
Which really just leaves us with one final question to think about. This whole playbook from Nigeria seems to show that building great, successful tech might not be about cramming in more features or chasing the latest trend. Maybe, just maybe, it's about starting with a deep, genuine, and empathetic understanding of what people actually need. What if the future of technology is less about code and a whole lot more about empathy?